So we'll start in child's pose. Take the knees nice and wide and walk the hands forward, pressing the palms into the floor, and then relax the forehead down. So taking a few moments here to connect with the breath. Inhale slowly into the belly. Start to lengthen out your exhale. And as you begin to work with the breath, start to notice sensations in the body. Really keep this focus throughout the practice. When you're ready, gently come up to all fours. Legs hip-width apart. Press the palms through to the floor, tuck the toes and come back into downward dog. We'll just take a few moments in downward dog just to walk the feet out and just to feel into the body. And then eventually coming into some stillness. Lift the sit bones high, keep the knees soft, press through the hands, press the belly back towards the thighs. When you're ready to come into the first pose, you can either drop the knees to the floor and slide the right leg forward, or if you'd rather come through downward dog, raise your right leg up towards the sky. And then bending the knee, draw that knee in through to the chest, and then bring the shin all the way to the top of the mat. So we're going to start in our one-legged pigeon. Your right knee should be just beyond your right wrist. Hands centered, try and square the hips to the floor and wriggle that back leg back. Take a moment just to feel that connection, maybe sink a little deeper, and then inhale to lift and lengthen through the spine. You might even like to bring a block or a cushion under your right hip. You can adjust that front ankle forward or back as you need. Obviously, the further forward you bring it towards the top of the mat, the deeper that stretch is into your right glute. Inhale to lift and lengthen, and then exhale. Slowly make your way down as low as feels comfortable for you. So that could be the elbows, that could be the forearms, you could extend the arms long. If you are pregnant, maybe grab a bolster or something in front of you just so you can rest the elbows and gives you a little bit more space. Take a few moments here again just to connect with the breath. And then start to notice any of those sensations in the body. Also start to notice if you're gripping or holding on to any part of the body. With every inhale, imagine taking your breath to every inch of your body, and then as you exhale, see if you can soften and let go just that little bit further. So we'll only hold this pose for a minute or two, but traditionally in yin, you might hold the pose for anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. So if you'd like to hold a little longer, maybe pause the practice and stay here for as long as you like. Continue to use the breath as much as you can. Almost feel an expansion of the body with your inhale. With your exhale, there's always a softening, releasing. See if you can let go that little bit further. When you are ready to release from the pose, just slowly come up into the hands. And we're just going to rock over onto that right hip and swing around and extend your left leg long. Bringing your right sole of the foot in towards the inner thigh. Feel the sit bones grounding into the floor. Draw the toes back towards the face, lift and lengthen through the spine. If you're not pregnant, turn towards the extended leg, squaring the shoulders with the foot. Inhale to lift and lengthen, and then exhale, hinging from the hips, fold forward. So it's not about reaching your toes, it's not about rounding through your spine. Keep a nice long spine. Beam the chest forward, inhale, lengthen, exhale, soften down a little further. If you're pregnant, maybe come through to the center and take your forward fold this way so you've got a bit more room for the belly. Even with our yin poses, they are held in stillness for a long period of time, but there is a subtle movement. So imagine that your breath is actually subtly moving your body. So with every inhale, think about lengthening, lifting, creating space. With every exhale, think about softening and releasing just that little bit deeper. Start to rotate out a little bit and take this stretch into the side body. So bring your left hand either to the inside of the leg or take a hold of the foot. Bring your right hand to the waist and start to open that right shoulder out. See, now you're bringing that stretch right down the right side of the body. That right hand can stay at the waist or you can raise it up, take it over the head and extend if that feels comfortable. Really use your breath to open up through the side body here. Nice deep breath into the side waist. Once again, just noticing those sensations in the body and maybe where they've shifted now that we've moved the pose slightly. Again, feel free to stay here as long as you like. When you're ready to release, bring that right hand to the floor behind you. Take your left arm up overhead just for a gentle stretch. You might like to stay here, otherwise lifting the hips, lift gently onto the knee and extend all the way along the body. Enjoy that stretch and then slowly release the hips down. Coming over to the other side, now we're going to extend the right leg, bring the left sole of the foot into the inner thigh. As we did before, if you're not pregnant, turn towards the extended leg, draw the toes back towards the face, square the shoulders. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Don't be in a rush to get into the pose. Exhale, soften forward. Keep that spine long. Again, with our yin postures, we want to find just that first point of resistance, that first gentle stretch, and just allow the body to go a little deeper on its own. That's where you really start to use the breath. That's where you really start to notice those sensations in the body. So it's all about being present, being mindful, being aware of what's going on. Also be aware of what's going on in the mind. So with our fast vinyasa practice, often that's quite a distraction as the body moves. But you'll find with your yin, there's so much more space for that monkey mind to come in, for you to start thinking about your to-do list or your shopping list. So don't judge if that happens. Just be aware. Try to let it go. Give yourself a focus. Coming back to the breath. And then once again, bring your right hand to the inside of the leg or the foot. Take the left hand to the waist and start to open out. Draw that left shoulder back. Maybe release that left arm up overhead. Breathing deeply. And once again, stay here as long as you like. When you're ready to release, bring that left hand to the floor behind you. Take the right arm gently overhead. And maybe take a little deeper by lifting up onto the knee, extending right down the side of the body. And then gently release. We're going to shift towards the back of the mat now, coming into our one-legged pigeon on the other side. If you use your bolster, grab it, bring it over with you. And this time, your left knee is just beyond your left wrist. Wriggle that right leg back. Take a moment to square the hips, maybe bring a block or a cushion under your left hip. Inhale to lift and lengthen first. Then as you exhale, start to release yourself down to the floor. Maybe resting your elbows on the bolster if you need a little bit more space. Maybe going all the way to the floor if that feels comfortable for you. Connecting back with your breath. Inhale, feel that expansion. Exhale, feel that softening. Once again, take a moment to scan the body, just noticing any areas of tightness or tension, gripping or resistance, and really use your exhale. See if you can let it go. If the mind wanders, close the eyes and just bring your focus back to the breath. Feeling that nice deep stretch into the left glute. And remember, we are allowing ourselves space here to really notice what's going on in the body. Again, feel free to stay here as long as you like, or you might even find that the more you practice the sequence, the longer you can stay in each pose. When you're ready to release, bring the hands back to the floor. You can either press the palms into the floor and come back through to all fours, or tucking the toes of the back leg under, extend back through downward dog. Extend that leg up, and then release to the floor. Taking one more breath in all fours or in downward dog before releasing the knees to the floor nice and wide, hips to the heels, and release back into child's pose. Again, just noticing the sensations in the body when we release from these deep stretches. Connect back with the breath. Stay here as long as you like. This now completes your practice.